y'all, welcome back to my channel. This is Chloe and you're watching PreppyEverAfter. So for today, we're going to talk about my top 5 favorite rides at Walt Disney World. So let's get into it. So today I'm sporting my Tim Tracker shirt. I got this a few years ago for Christmas. Tim Tracker is one of my favorite YouTubers of all time. So today's video is going to be more theme park related. So I'm going to call this our Theme Park Thursday. So for today's Theme Park Thursday, we're going to go over my top 5 favorite rides at Walt Disney World. This includes the 4 main parks. We're not going to go over the water parks or anything like that. We're just going to keep it to the 4: Magic Kingdom, Animal Kingdom, Epcot, and Hollywood Studios. We're going to start at the bottom of the list and work our way to the top. So, number 5, Expedition Everest. So, Expedition Everest at Animal Kingdom is my 5th favorite ride at all of Walt Disney World. I love it because I'm a thrill junkie, so I love roller coasters and all that kind of fun stuff. But the fun thing about this ride is it goes backwards. It's such a fun ride. I've always loved riding it. It's kind of one of those rides that it's always different every time you ride it because you can just look around the inside of the mountain and see so much. And one of the things that I like about the ride is as you're going up the incline, if you look around yourself while you're on the ride, you can see the Epcot wall, you can see the Tower of Terror ride. I just think it's so cool that you can look around and see all of Walt Disney World from that ride, pretty much. So it's really cool. If you haven't rode it, I strongly suggest riding it. It's so much fun. There are rumors of them trying to fix the Yeti animatronic in the ride. The only thing with that is if they fix the animatronic in the ride, in order to do that, they have to actually take the entire top of the mountain off. So right now, while we're in quarantine and the parks are down, it would be a great time for them to do that. However, with all the other construction going on at Walt Disney World, I kind of doubt that will happen. But nonetheless, it's still a wonderful ride with or without the moving animatronic. The illusion that the ride gives off with the strobe lights and the Yeti as you're going down the drop, it looks as if it's already reaching out. So whether or not the refurbishment is really necessary is up to you, but personally, it's still a great ride. But that's my number 5. So the next one is my number 4. Now this one is at Hollywood Studios, and it is the Tower of Terror. I love this ride. It always gives me like the butterflies in my stomach. You go up, but then you come down, and then you go up, but then you come down. It's such a fun ride, and I can never get tired of it. Although I do get tired waiting in that long line. One time, me and my friend waited in the line for, it felt like 3 hours, and my mom and my sister don't ride it, and they were like, oh my gosh, where have y'all been? We're like, in that line the entire time. So it can have a long line, but it's totally worth it, and it's such a fun ride, and watching the video of yourself riding it afterwards is even more funny. I love seeing photos of people coming off rides because you can just see everyone how they're handling the ride. Tower of Terror is one of my favorite rides. That would be my number 4. Hollywood Studios is just such a fun park overall, so it's hard to pick which one's my favorites from that park because there's so many good rides that they have there. So my next is number 3, and it's going to be from Magic Kingdom, and it's Space Mountain. So like I said, I'm big on the thrill, the adventure, the roller coasters, and Space Mountain is definitely one of my top 5. It's such a fun ride, and I love how dark it is. Like, you never know where you're turning. Now, if you haven't rode this ride during the special events, such as the Halloween party, where they turn off all the lights, you have to do it. It's so much fun. It's fun the way it is now, like regularly, but riding it with no lights makes it even more scary. So, Space Mountain, yes, is one of my top 3. I put it as 3rd because it's a classic, so it's great, but I still have 2 that I think are better than Space Mountain. Also, while we're talking about Tomorrowland Space Mountain, I'm so excited for Tron. I cannot wait for it to come out. I've seen construction videos on it and it looks so awesome. The last time I was at Disney, I saw it being built, and I'm just so excited for it because the setup of the coaster itself is so exciting, and I've seen videos of the one in Disneyland, and it looks so awesome. So I'm so ready for that. Cannot wait. My second favorite ride is Aerosmith, which is rock and roller coaster at Hollywood Studios. So that's another Hollywood Studios ride. I just love the upside downs. I love the takeoff at the beginning where it's like 3, 2, 1, and then boom. It's just so fun. And it was hard because this one is one of, like, it's up there with the first one. So it's such a fun ride. There were rumors of them actually changing the ride to a Monsters Inc. ride, I believe, which I don't know how I feel about that because I'm not big on Aerosmith. Like, it's just not what I've grown up with, but it's still a great ride, and it's an original. Like, I don't feel like you should really change that, but I am excited to see if they actually do change it to a Monsters Inc. ride, if they continue to keep the ride set up, if they just change the theming. I want to know how that works, but I don't think that they should change the upside down parts of it because it's one of the very few rides at Disney that is geared towards the bigger kids. So that is my second favorite ride. And I also love how short the line is when you go in single rider. I love my friends, and I love my family, and whoever goes with me to Disney, but I'm not waiting in a 4-hour line to ride a ride that I'm not going to even be able to talk to you while I'm on the ride. So I might as well go as a single rider. So that is a tip. If you're ever with a group and you would rather not ride with your group and wait a shorter time, single rider. It's great. And you can meet some new friends. I have met so many fun people riding single rider, and it's just always neat and interesting. And then when I'm walking through the park, I'll be like, I rode that one ride with that dude. Like, it's just fun. And now we are down to my favorite ride in all of Walt Disney World. Now, before I say it, don't be hating on me because none of these are from Epcot. I love Epcot, don't get me wrong. It's a great park and has lots of potential and fun things to do. But I feel like it's more of a chill, relaxing park. And I'm more of a thrill roller coaster type girl. So none of my favorite rides are really from Epcot. I mean, Test Track is there, it's fun, but did not make my top 5. Would definitely make my top 10, but not my top 5. So, my favorite ride in all of Walt Disney World is Flight of Passage. Now you're gonna say, that's not a thrill ride, like, come on. Okay, wait a second. If you have not rode that ride, that experience of riding the ride as in its own, I've not watched a single Avatar movie all the way through. I fall asleep every time. And I'm not a big Avatar fan because I can't even make it through the movies. But that ride, the technology behind it is so insane. How far we've come and how advanced the rides are becoming nowadays. And people will call it like Soarin' 2.0. I don't really like Soarin'. It's not one of my favorites. It's more of a nap ride for me. So when they say that, I don't overly get it because I would not fall asleep on this ride. So much fun. The smell. We have to talk about the smell. Flight of Passage smells like you just walked straight out of Bath and Body Works. But it's like a watermelon, cucumbery type of smell, and it is really good. I think my sister and I found out that if you want a candle from Bath and Body Works that smells like that ride, you want to get black tie, which is weird because you'd think that's more like a man scent, but it actually kind of smells like the ride. There was another one, I want to say it's Dancing Waters, that kind of smells like it, but they put the two together. Of course, you don't have to get one from Bath & Body Works. We've seen tons of Etsy shops make their own scents, and we haven't tried them out yet, but I'm sure they are spot on. So yes, Flight of Passage, such an incredible ride. I like the whole motorcycle type seating, which is why I'm excited for Tron, because it's not your basic sit in, buckle up, whee. you're into it. You are immersed into this world of Avatar, and the water coming up and splashing you, and the feeling of diving down on this banshee. It's just such an exciting moment and such an exciting ride.
The first time we rode it, we got so lucky because we didn't wait that long for it. But ever since then, we have had to wait a little bit. But even waiting 2 hours for this ride, it's so worth it.
It's not like Soarin' where you're like, whee! You are literally in this ride and you feel it. And if you like Avatar, then I strongly suggest riding it because you will love it even more than I did probably. But even if you don't watch Avatar, I don't watch Avatar, don't know what it is, barely know anything going on. I was like, a banshee, who, what are we doing here? But it was such a fun ride that I strongly suggest riding it. So those are my top 5 rides at Walt Disney World. Thank you for joining me on our first Theme Park Thursday. I look forward to making many more of these if you all like them. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you like. Let me know what you don't like. I am all about learning. In case y'all were wondering, these ears are made by myself, much as the ones behind me are too. I love making ears for all my Disney trips, and these were actually made from an old pair of jeans that I got ink all over, so I just cut off the parts that weren't inked, and I cut the jeans down to shorts, so they work great. It's a great match. I hope y'all liked the content you saw today. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and have a blessed day.